For primer, I'm going to use the Smashbox Soda Finish Primer because it really does smooth out pores. And for foundation, I am going to use the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. And then I also just got this Cake and Bake sponge, so I'm excited to see how it works. Okay, the finish with this sponge is amazing. Like, amazing. Alright, let's see how it works with concealer. So for concealer, I'm using the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. And I'm just going to put this in the places I would highlight. Okay, this sponge lets you get right up to the lash line, which is so nice. Oh my goodness. And it, like, you can carve out your nose with it too. I'm digging it. I'm going to set the concealer with the Glo Minerals Contour Kit. And I'm going to use the pale shade to set it. And you want to make sure you're using stippling motions because if you use swiping motions, it can move the concealer or foundation underneath. And this will really make it sink into your pores too. And to set the foundation, I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder. I have been using this every day. I love it. It has a lot of coverage even just on its own. Before I finish my face, I'm going to start on the eyes, and as always, start off with the primer. I use the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Primer. And the reason I'm using my ring finger as well is because your ring finger has the lightest amount of pressure. Basically, it's the weakest finger in the 5. So it's gentle on your eyelid since there's such thin skin there. And then to set that primer, just use the face powder you used to set the foundation. So I'm recreating a look I did, I don't know, a month ago or something, because I did that once and literally it became my favorite look I've ever done. It's pretty dramatic, and I will put a photo somewhere in here. And it requires the Tarteist Pro palette and the Androgony palette. So let's just get started. Alright, just kidding. I had to get my hair out of the way. So now let's jump into it. Starting off with the Tarteist Pro palette, I'm going to take the shade Bold and Innocent. And just put that in my crease. And then dipping into Whimsy, it is like an orange or very, very warm tone brown with orange. And using the same brush, put that in the crease as well. Now going to the Androgony palette, I'm going to use Charm. It's this beautiful orange shade. And I'm still using the same brush, and I'm going to put that over everything we just did. Okay, and then going back to the Tarteist palette, I'm going to take the first lighter shade, Bold, and diffuse the tops of my eyes. Okay, so I'm going to go back into Charmed because I want this super warm and orangey at the top. So I'm going to pack this on. Now taking concealer, I'm going to cut out the crease. And then dipping into Fetish, I'm going to pat that on my lids with a flat brush, and I'm going to pack it on. Once that's as intense as you would like, go back into Charmed and take a tapered blending brush and blend the crease and the lid colors together. Now moving on to the bottom lash line, take Fetish once more and put that right under your lash line. And then go ahead and blend that out with Charm. For the inner corner highlight and brow bone highlight, I love the shade Frosting, as it's so beautiful. I love it. I went ahead and did my brows, liner, and mascara off of camera so we can jump right into the face. To start, I'm going to bronze up my face with a huge fan brush. Now on to blush, I'm going to use the Tarte Amazonian Clay in the shade Glisten. For highlight, I am using Jeffree and Manny's collaboration in the shade Eclipse. It's really pretty. Look how pretty that is. The moon and the star. Oh my gosh. I was actually really surprised when I first tried this because it's not super pigmented, which I figured it would be since they both love their highlights. This highlight also really emphasizes texture because it's pretty glittery itself. So since it has texture, it emphasizes the skin's texture even more. For lips, I'm also going to be using the two shades from their collaboration. Originally in this look that I've done before, I usually wear a nude lip, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to try these two. I'm going to be starting with the brown shade, which is called Daddy. So this shade is a really cool tone brown. It looks really good with anything, honestly. Yeah, so I'm going to take this off and put on the red, which is called I'm Shook. With this one, you really want to make sure you shake it up because otherwise it comes out super liquidy. So this is I'm Shook, and when I first wore this, I was so confused because it's a really cool toned red, but red itself is a warm shade, obviously. So it's like really weird. It's so weird. But it's really pretty. It's like literally a perfect red. So now I'm going to go ahead and put on a nude lipstick. This is Maybelline's Daringly Nude, and it's a matte lipstick. I prefer nude with this look because I just want the eyes to be the focus, and with a bright red lip it would not be. So that's the reason I like the nude. If you made it all the way to the end with me, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.